Hello, I'm Speedy Zoomy Zoomy.
And I'm Crashy Smashy Smashy, and this is Star Wars Racer Revenge.
Woo! Racing!
Which is the first in a long line of Star Wars games I'm going to play for this channel.
Because someone's a Star Wars-ophile.
Yeah, so I'm a Star Wars nut, and we're starting with this one. It's Podracing.
I'm a manga nut. He's a Star Wars nut.
Well, okay, if we're going by that, then there are things I like more than I love more than Star Wars.
I'd say fantasy in general, actually.
Yeah. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the tournament, and just whatever we get to, because the single play is just not as fun. And this way, I can, go through the process of unlocking things, which is kind of fun.
And play as older Anakin because there's like a background to this and it's kind of bullshit.
Yeah, so the story of this game...
Massive quotation marks.
...is that it's been 8 years since episode 1, Sebulba has been sulking the whole time, and then Anakin shows up in the Podracing circuit, and Sebulba comes out of, being a wuss to wreck Anakin's face. The story doesn't matter. It really doesn't.
It doesn't.
It's not what we're here for. We're here for Podracing. So what you're seeing here is, for every racer you knock out during the race, you get bonus credits. And if you hit the par number on every track, you will actually end up with your stats all maxed at the end.
Sweet. Watto is willing to pay you to wreck other people so he can steal their shit.
Exactly.
Because Watto was... You know what? I heard that people say Watto was a Jewish stereotype. I didn't see it.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
I didn't see it. Now, I could see people saying that Jar Jar was kind of a Jamaican stereotype. And I could see that because his accent was just, like, fucking awful. Yeah, but again, Jar Jar was not racist. He was awful on purpose.
Yeah.
The fact that he vaguely resembled a race was a coincidence.
Here on Tatooine,
yeah.
For the start of this season's galactic...
there was a plan there. They cried about it so much and changed it.
Have we talked about this on the channel?
I don't think so.
Apparently, in the original, 3-movie plan, Jar Jar Binks was supposed to be the Count Dooku.
Yeah, which is why his name was Darth Tyrannus, because it was supposed to be Jar Jar.
Because he's a dinosaur, apparently. Lizard. And that's why Count Dooku came right the fuck out of nowhere in the second movie, like he'd been there all along. Because it was supposed to be Jar Jar, and people bitched about him so much, George Lucas was like, okay, fine, I'll change it. And that just made it worse. Which is a shame, because honestly...
Darth Binks would have been amazing.
Making him the villain would have been really clever, because that pays off all the annoying shit he did earlier.
Not only that, but then everyone would have gotten the satisfaction of seeing him die.
That too. So, I mean, that's a shame, but, there's a lot of things that you could say were a shame about the prequels.
Yeah, well...
Like the fact that apparently no one was willing to say no to George Lucas anymore.
And the utter waste of Liam Neeson.
Utter waste of Liam Neeson.
Kill him off in the first
generally not very good acting.
Other than Ewan McGregor. Ewan McGregor did a fantastic job. And actually won awards for his acting, and that was surprising.
But see, that's the thing, his acting wasn't that good, it's just that it was that much better than everyone else.
Well, no, he did a really good job because he was doing his best to tie the character into Alec Guinness's character.
So he had, a point to his,
yeah. Everything he did was trying to, work with what they were establishing for Obi-Wan early, but also have it tie into Alec Guinness's Obi-Wan in the end. Which is why there are certain lines that he uses, and the way he says things and carries himself. Ewan McGregor got really into the character and did everything he could to make it good. So I applaud his performance.
I mean, I agree that he was a good part of those movies, but I just didn't think it was that amazing a performance.
I mean, it wasn't his greatest performance ever by any means.
I'm also not helped by the fact that it was just generally not a good script to be
is there a bit droid in the house?
That was.
I mean, it's the same problem you got with Peter Molyneux. he did. No one in the development team was willing to say no to the guy who created the Star Wars universe, and they should have, because people saying no is what made the original Star Wars trilogy. It's like, no, you can't do that. You don't have the budget.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But then in the later movies, yeah, you can do whatever you want. We'll give you as much money as you need, and yeah, do whatever you want. It's like, no, that there are certain people you can say do whatever you want, and they will do amazing things. George Lucas is not one of them, apparently.
Clearly, he's not afraid of contact.
Zoom. Zoom, golly, 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 zoom, golly, golly, zoom. That's some, like, I don't know, ancient song I learned in 3rd grade. My 4th through 6th grade teacher, I went to a weird school, had a thing for Mongolian throat singing. So she would put it on like as like classroom background music, and it actually really worked because it's completely non-lyrical and it's just rhythmic. So you could really easily, as long as it wasn't too loud, you could really tune it into the background.
The one guy I was working on at the end ended up dying out, but I didn't.
You didn't get the credit.
I didn't get credit for it.
I wonder if I can find Mongolian throat singing. I'm not gonna play it, but I wonder if I can find it. Mongolian throat singing. Okay, yeah. YouTube has that. Yep, totally has. Oh, and look, they've even got Mongolian guys.
Okay.
Who apparently look like a mix between Asian and Native American people.
Okay, sure.
I don't know much about the ancient culture of Mongolia.
Alright.
Hey, Watto!
So this is where we upgrade the
things.
Yeah, we upgrade the stats.
Wow, I'm having Transformers flashbacks.
I wonder why.
I feel like we've been here before.
Now, the thing you guys can't see is that I'm using a special racing controller.
It is a sight to behold.
Yeah.
We might take a picture. I'm going to do that right now.
You know what I'm going to do? I am going to, when I'm editing this, I'm going to put an image of the controller on screen for this.
Alright, that's 2 good pictures. I'm going to tweet this right now.
Because this is the HK5 Eagle 3 racing controller. The X and square buttons are pedals. Instead of a left analog stick, I have a wheel. It's amazing.
It is definitely a sight to behold.
And it actually makes this game easier to play.
I can see, like, I'm sure there'd be like a transition period where you'd have to learn the controller, but once you've got it,
Yeah. Well, and I'll give you a perfect example. There's one of the things that you can do in here is get the best lap and best race times for every track. I was stuck on the second to last track for years. Once I went through with this racing controller, I was able to get all of it.
Volcanic rock and toxic gases. No.
the X and square. It bothers me that when I type X, it's just the X symbol, which can represent a button, but then I have to spell out square. I want there to be like a square button on my keyboard. Wait, I might be able to substitute something from Twitter. I've got a bookmark for Twitter symbols. Let's see. Shapes. Objects. Anything that, no. Oh, here we go.
Is there a bit droid in the
Square button. X and buttons are analog. Add media, pictures,
Oh, look at that
camera
abuse.
rolls. Tweet!
Got him.
Did you kill someone? Oh, cool, you're in a tube. I haven't been paying attention. Can you go all the way around?
Yes, you can.
Oh, yes.
It gets kind of ridiculous, but one of the cool things about this tube is if you get some good momentum going, you can just like nail somebody.
Like one hit kill.
Almost.
Oh man, you almost got this guy. Boom! Oh no! How is he still alive?
He is one of the more durable.
Get back here, you. There you
he
go.
goes. Sweet.
What's par on this race?
3. It's 3 for most of them. A couple of them only ask for 2.
Crash all the things. Whoop. Okay, so I just got followed by Dwight K. Schrute.
You're sure playing rough.
I think it's a parody Office character account. Assistant to the regional manager of Dunder Mifflin Scranton Branch. Not affiliated with the Office parody. Yeah, so it's a parody Office.
Done for the day.
I was very confused there for a second.
The Star Wars parody accounts have been on point.
Yeah, Kylo Ren and
emo Kylo Ren, very lonely Luke, arrogant BB-8, dad joke Han Solo.
I don't personally follow them myself, but I get retweeted them every now and then. I did like that emo Kylo Ren versus very lonely Luke thing that was going on there for a while. That was pretty fucking funny. They were just trading insults. Good ones too. Sometimes, you know, people like don't get Twitter, and I won't pretend like it's a super valuable thing. Like if you're in media, it's actually kind of handy. Like if you're a person who writes articles or creates content, it's a good way for you to keep in touch with your fan base without always having to come out with new content.
Right.
But apart from that, it doesn't have much of a practical purpose. But in terms of fun, oh my god, there are some really clever joke accounts.
Yeah.
Like, Nihilist Arby's hasn't been as good lately, but they were on point for a while.
Yeah, they were.
I guess they ran out of material, which is fine. I mean, it's a one joke idea.
Bites the dust.
And there was a while there where the official Sega Sonic the Hedgehog Twitter account was just ungodly clever for like an official account.
Which
like,
well, do you know the reason for that?
They put someone in charge of the account who apparently knew what the fuck they were doing.
No, somebody got a hold of the account.
Really?
Somebody got a hold of the official Sonic account. And
just started posting all that crazy stupid fan art and making like. And what was interesting is it was all very like legitimately like. It sounded like something someone from Sega would say because it never hated on Sonic. It just recognized Sonic's faults while still being very fond of Sonic. Basically, DBZ abridged of Sonic.
Well, but here's the thing. Sega would never acknowledge.
No, Sega would never do that. But it wasn't like, Sonic is really stupid. If it had been something like that, everyone would have noticed immediately. Like, someone stole the account.
No.
No. See, this is what happens when you're too focused on Twitter talk or killing people. One or the other. You doing it again?
Yes.
Do it again.
Doesn't take that long, and especially on race 2.
I kind of had the same thing in backyard soccer. I was okay at backyard baseball and backyard football, but I was ungodly good at backyard soccer. I didn't lose a single match until I got to the World Tournament, and there was this one Mexican team who, holy shit, they were on speed or something. I could not fucking touch them. And they were my only loss for the season. And of course I met them in the finals, but I actually managed to beat them in the finals. Don't fucking know how I did that. I've lost track of those backyard sports games.
I never touched them.
They were humongous entertainment like Skyfox. So they were early computer franchises for kids.
Oh shit!
Woo! That was awesome.
You can get into that loop and just kind of like but because you're facing sideways, you're not actually going anywhere.
Or not as fast as you want to be. Die already! All right, you got one.
Tugboat bites the dust.
Ooh, watch out for the walls. The walls are a place of pain.
For all your collision and repair needs, check out Watto's Repair Bay.
Ooh, we got a nice hit on one. Let's see if he hits it.
Says what then? Killing people?
About this guy's specific.
Ben Bordeaux is out of the race.
Nope.
Nope.
What he'll do sometimes when you knock out Ben Quaternaros, who, for those of you who don't know, is the guy in episode 1 who had 4 engines.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Sometimes when you knock him out, he'll say, "Oh, Ben Quaternaros goes down again," and you'll hear it over and over and over again to a point where it's not funny anymore.
But there's like, what is it? Where it's like that Too Many Cooks video, where it's like, yeah, we get the joke, but then 10 minutes later, they're still making the same joke, and you're like,
Yeah.
Now the joke is just how fucking long you're gonna go with this.
Yeah. Boom.
Texting. Ignore me!
Boom.
Team Topagales
Explosion.
goes down.
There's 3.
I just, I really miss Merrick on Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. Merrick was just so much fucking fun.
I just love Duke and his theme music.
Dun, dun, dun. Don't worry, Duke. I found an axe, and according to commercials, this will attract women. No, that's a body spray. No, it was definitely a weapon. I think that was the same episode where they made a joke about, hey, Tristan, remember in season 1 when you were actually funny? And I was like, no, fuck you. Tristan is way funnier in the later shit. In the first season, the joke was he has a stupid voice. That was the only joke. It wasn't funny. No, as the seasons went on, he just got so incredibly funny. Do the words robot monkey mean anything to you?
I think that was a lot of the actual show.
Yeah, that sounds like something 4 kids would write. Because those people were dinguses. Bam, walls. It's like we've got Emerald. It's like we've got Emerald commentating
First
this place.
place.
Bam! Alright, have you remembered how the map works?
Storm. Well, see, I think part of my problem was I was kind of halfway pushing the R1 button, and I needed to fully pull it for the drift.
Oh, okay. Damn those analog inputs, you know?
Yeah.
You got the things.